Hey guys, here I am again with episode 25 of Jake's Metal Chat. Today I was going to do another one. T-shirt this evening is Dare Solid Custom, local brand to me. I should the artwork. If you got scorched, god damn it, Scorched Promised Land, then awesome. It came out last year, so it's a year old already. Just waiting for my guests to show up, and I've got to open my drink. Just Pepsi Max. Go and get some more beer at some point, but yeah. I got this one, and then I don't have another one tomorrow. Like I said, I'm gonna try and space them out, and then just see where people are at with what days and times they can do, and that. I mean, I got one already confirmed in February. Try and get a few more here in January until the end. I'm gonna have a look. Yeah, because January ends in 5 days basically, and yeah, 5 days. January ends, and just got a message from on the Facebook with a folk band that I like called Repellier. Yeah, it's just rounding things up. Oh wait, I've got to send the message. Thought it was going to work then. I'll do it in a minute. Yeah, I'm still going to do the CD video, so I might do one. Excuse me. This week or next week, depending on how I'm feeling. Been getting a bloody headache recently, but well, it's all right now, but who knows, it might get worse. It's good thing my camera's not mirrored always. This would be on, well, that side basically, and yeah, well, you probably already know who I got on this chat. I mentioned him. I mentioned his band in the last video and what they do in mosh pits before my side just went completely and utterly blank. And try to end that bit out from the video, but try doing on YouTube editor. I can probably do a bit later on tonight, but I was going to try and do it here as well, but wasn't working. So yeah, that's basically it. Been messaging different bands and musicians about about. I might have to turn my microphone up in a minute. Well, it might be all right. Yeah, I'll do it later on after this. Been messaging different bands and that about having them on here. Just waiting on a few to get back to me, and I got one confirmed in May, but we haven't sorted out a day or a time yet. So who knows? I might not actually be doing very many of these, depending on how many guests I get. But I want to try and get February, March, and February, March, April, and onwards. That reminds me, I'm actually gonna do that now. Let's separate it. So you're like. Just gonna do that in a minute. So, and obviously January's almost up, but if I can get might as well underline. Yeah, I'm just going to do that in a minute. Right, done that. And my guest isn't on yet. I'll just leave it rolling. Yeah, I hope everyone's well, keeping safe. I now have 262 subscribers. That's really, really good. I was speaking to Ken of Ken's Death Metal Crypt. Told him how many I got, and says I'm well on my way. Yeah, basically, hope so. I'll read out what he actually said. He said, "Just keep showing your passion. If you show your passion, people will follow you, and so will I." And obviously, I replied back saying that I will continue to do so. Your support means a lot, and I thank you for that. And that goes out to a lot of you who have been. I'm doing again. And that also goes out to all you out there who have been watching my videos and sharing them around. I want to thank, obviously, my mate Simon for sharing my last interview around with Jim Beerman. My last chat, should I say. I call them chats, I don't really call them interviews. Yeah, because if I didn't do this sort of video, I'd just be wondering what the hell I'm going to do. Because work's a bit difficult at the moment, but plus I need to get my driving lessons back up and running, but my driving instructor is actually at risk of getting the vaccine, and I think we might have to both wait until we both got our vaccines. It's gonna suck, but I don't know what I keep doing on my mustache. I might have to. I'm not going to shave it off again because I just look stupid without it. Oh, you see my message now. I got another notification from Sayor on his Twitch channel, so go watch his live stream because he's on now. Oh, it's probably a whole band or just one person, not entirely sure. You know, oh man, Chris, don't want to do. I'll be on in a minute. Yeah, checked out both Waldruner's new album and Frozen Soul's debut, and yeah, I love both albums. Waldruner's is just very atmospheric, very strong release, and just just awesome stuff. Yeah, and just a very atmospheric album. It's beautiful sounding. There's the word I was looking for. A beautiful sounding album. I'm gonna actually maybe do some album reviews. I'm still a bit up in the air about that. And Frozen Souls is very, very Bolt-Thrower-esque, very old school. Just a fantastic release. And I'm waiting for Memoriam's new album to come out in March of this year, and my guest is now here. So I'm going to get him on, and we will get on with some silliness, because that's what we're going to be doing on this video. As well as chatting about metal and stuff, and I just got this message. Hello.
There we go.
Hey.
Hi,
you alright?
how are you doing?
I'm okay. How you been?
Not bad at all. Just trying to get my bearings a little bit here and see what I'm doing. There I am.
There you go.
Okay, cool. That's that. Cool. Yeah. There we go.
Hello. Yeah, usually I'm waiting for people to turn their cameras on. It's like connecting to audio. And then they say, "Hello, can you hear me?" It's like, "Yeah, but I can't bloody see you."
Yeah. All coming through fine, lad.
Awesome. Welcome to Jake's Metal Chat. This is episode 25, so 25th guest.
Fourth century. There we go.
Right, don't know what to do.
Yeah, just throw gang signs. Yeah, sit
Thanks.
down.
Uh, yeah, well, just trying to think. Last time I saw your band live, and since I last saw you, actually,
They're going to be Bristol in 2019.
yeah, it would have been in
Yeah,
the
what's it
not
called?
the Crown,
Underground
the
place.
pub, the the
We all got very ill afterwards. Like that's all I can remember from it. Like
the
that's the
yeah, the venue
yeah
underneath the Crown. Yeah,
yeah. Oh, I forgot what it's called. I
and
genuinely can't remember.
I got the videos on my channel. If you
Yeah,
ever have a
I,
look.
I think I shared that one not too long back as well. Like
Oh
so,
yeah. I just bought a T-shirt, and which is in my pile of shirts. So you won't be seeing that. And my patch is in a pile of patches, so you won't be seeing that. But it will be on my blue jacket
Aye.
because I need to rearrange a few patches. I moved Devon Townsend empath patch up a bit to cover one of the buttons.
Nice.
It's not going to get buttoned up anytime soon. But I'm going to introduce this man to you all, YouTubers, and whoever else wants to do this sort of thing. This is Jonny. He is just an absolute crazy madman on stage with the band Incursion. And
Hello.
we're going to explain something else because a lot of people probably saw the end of my video where I mentioned a specific sort of food that you guys use, but we'll talk about that later on.
Sure.
You
Sure.
have to see it to believe it. But yeah,
Carney.
how's it been for you since COVID hit and everything? The first time around.
Well, I mean, COVID for us, it's a drag. I mean, obviously, because I own green rooms as well, the music venue down here in South Wales. We obviously got hit by the floods back on February 16th of 2020. So we were in the middle of like repairing all that and getting that back up and running and trying to do like all this. We were touring quite a bit to try and fundraise for the flood damage and everything. And then obviously less than a month later, everything goes on shutdown, and that's it. Like it's been different, and I know a lot of people have taken to it differently and everything. I mean, I've just literally just sat around just trying to write as much as I can, as well as repair the venue as much as I can. So it's kind of like, even though I try to keep them as separate as I can, they both kind of just intertwine because it all comes through me at the end of the day. But no, it's been a creative thing. We have managed to get into the studio to record a single, which we're currently planning the music video for. So we're hoping now to get that out probably at the latest by March. So that's always something to work towards then as well. We are working as well on a full brand new set, which should hopefully coincide then with the new EP. I mean, we haven't released one now since Scourge, which was back in 2018. So that's going to start to get quite a long time. I mean, obviously there's been a lineup change with the band as well, but so that makes it even more important now that we should be getting this new EP together. But the songs that are kind of like coming together for it. There's so much that I was speaking to another radio station last night and everything about this kind of stuff, and yeah, it's just so much more nasty than the old stuff, and it's kind of we're finally actually. Whereas like Shrouded was the last one we put out, which was obviously before COVID and everything kind of hit. Like the video for that was supposed to be like the start of like a cinematic kind of like a story behind us and everything. Because obviously people get confused by us. They're like, oh, because we're interdimensional, or are we post-apocalyptic raiding sort of groups and everything, like, and just it was supposed to be a way to kind of tie in like how everything kind of starts, but we're not going to be doing that with the next video because it's kind of a standalone thing. But then with the other new songs that are coming as well, I think that's then where we're going to start trying to make sense of this crazy world that we've kind of like created, and trying to help or trying to guide others then of like what the hell's going on in here and everything, like, rather than just like turn up and just mosh for the sake of moshing sort of stuff, like. But now the lockdown, it's been, obviously it's ups and downs. There's been quite a few downs. I'm not going to hear them personally and stuff like. But no, it has been nice just to like kind of have a big reset button as well. Like it's just like everything's come to a halt really,
Mm.
and yeah, it's just kind of a thing of just to kind of sit back and just go, right, I can try to sort this bit out now. I can try to sort that out. Try and sort this bit out. Like it's kind of like been a big kind of reset for me personally. I know not everyone um, comes in the same boat. I mean, we're all in the same storm, but obviously not everyone's in the same boat. But for me, that's kind of what it's been. It's been horrible not to be seeing friends and family and everything. I'm not going to take that away from the whole thing. Like, but I was having quite a bad time mentally anyway. So kind of like having to stop and reevaluate is kind of it has been kind of a help and stuff in a very odd and very unexpected way. Yeah, so that's pretty much where we are now, give or take.
Yeah. But I've been a bit like that, not seeing mates. Well, we could see mates last time when the lockdown actually did ease, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, it's getting worse again. You got to separate. Oh,
Yeah, it's just
oh
like,
bollocks.
I think that's what made it worse as well, is because obviously that we were the first time around, as I said, like everyone was kind of like, oh, come on, we got to band together and be good. And then when it started getting released and certain people flouting rules publicly and everything, like, and it just kind of just about when the second or third lockdowns kind of come in, like I mean Wales has been on tighter lockdowns than England.
Yeah.
A lot of people over there, like, and yeah, it's I mean, even with like family events and everything, obviously that unfortunately life doesn't stop because of a lockdown sort of stuff. Like that sort of stuff does occur, life events and everything, and that's been like quite an eye-opening thing to kind of try and do, like when you have, for example, like a family member passes, or you've got a new baby born, all that kind of stuff. Like I mean, Scott, our bassist, is he and his partner, his little one, was born during this lockdown sometime. Can't remember exactly when, like, but life doesn't stop just because everyone's in like a lockdown, and that's kind of why everyone's starting to get really angsty and everything for it, because you can't do everything, but at the same time you certain things you can't really stop, like it's impossible to kind of do.
It is impossible, yeah, because obviously, yeah, like you said, life doesn't stop. Like someone's gonna have a child that's gonna be born, or someone's family member passes away, and everything. It can't. It's not like like the day the Earth stood still or whatever, but it's not like that where look, aliens come, well the Earth stood still. It's not moving.
Yeah, no,
Not
none
that.
of
No.
none of us have got the
Oh.
Queen's nose, unfortunately, so we can't just rub it and just stop time for a minute, like, or Bernard's watch. Oh, Queen's nose. God, I'm showing my age now, like, but but yeah.
Well, that's it. Well, hopefully we can all meet up again. Hopefully festivals go ahead, but well, fingers crossed they do. But we never
Fingers
know.
crossed. We've already had
Don't
so
know
we were
what's
supposed to
like.
be doing Hammerfest this year, but obviously that's been postponed now to next year, which we are still doing, thankfully, because that was the worst case scenario, like that they postponed it, but then changed the lineup a little bit, and just like, no, it's been finally get
No!
finally get on that circuit, and it's like, no, it's been taken away.
Oh, I miss
So
gigs.
yeah, it was. I mean, there were so many gigs and stuff lined up and everything that we were kind of like really looking forward to playing. I mean, the last one we did was well, it was in Fuel in Cardiff, where we supported. It was supposed to be Red Method, but they pulled out because the drummer was taken ill because of COVID.
Oh.
Cabin Boy Jump Ship and Out of Peaks, I think that's right. Unless one got changed, I can't remember. But yeah, definitely Cabin Boy Jump Ship. But that was the last gig we did, and that was, well, what was that, March of last year? So it's coming up to almost a year of
Yeah.
not gigging, and it's strange. I did with previous bands before, like obviously when I've left a previous band, like when my son was born, like I didn't gig for a long time, sort of thing, and seen everything changed and stuff by the time I came back. But it's one thing to kind of like leave a band for kind of reason, other than to have just everything just kind of like stop, no, now you can't gig, can't go anywhere. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's a very different. It's like a really weird kind of breakup or on a break sort of thing with a relationship, and you say like, you can still do this, you know, you can still record the music and all that kind of stuff, but you can't play live. And just like, well, live is where we live, you know. Live is like
Yeah.
that's for us.
For us going to gigs, it's a release because you want to just like because you go to work, you get stressed, and then you go to gigs and you're fine after that. Fine after that because you've just met up with people, get a few pints in, watch some bands, and yeah, I'm missing that.
Yeah, it's sorry, have I got the volume all the way up? I do. Oh, never mind. Yeah, so no, it is missing that. Like, I mean, obviously we have kind of had like you can get the social sort of things going, like with a group of 4 or 6 people, which is okay for a little while. Like, but yeah, for me, like I live quite far away, like from like cities and everything. Like I'm about 45 minute drive. So when all the friends are meeting up, like in Fuel and Cardiff and all that kind of stuff, like it's like, okay, I'll come down. You drink? Not really. Well, I can't stay anyway. Just like, didn't think this bit through. Like, and obviously trains and all that kind of stuff. Like, I quite bad with anxiety. It's really strange. Like, I can be on stage and be fine, or be at a gig and everything, and I'll be okay. I think I had a bit of a moment like when I went to see Devin Townsend last and everything, back in 2019, I think it was.
Oh yeah, I was at that gig.
Yeah, down in Cardiff, and yeah, guy in front of me got to meet him. You get on the wheel of death.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
because my profile picture is me with Devin Townsend in the Cardiff Uni building there.
oh man, I think if I'd met him that night, like I would have.
I just gave him I gave him a big hug after I had that picture taken with him because I was like, he deserves it.
Yeah, like I said, I was yeah, I wasn't in a great place around the end of 2019 and everything. So I think meeting Dev, like I would have been like, that would have hurt me up a little bit. Like I know, yeah, I'll meet your heroes and all that kind of stuff. Like, but yeah, it would have been like, quite nice. But the guy in front of me, literally, right in front of me, and he won, and I was just there like, oh, great, I've got a what's it called? Pooza. Yeah. I got Pooza and Devin Townsend glasses. Like, sums it up, really, does it?
Like,
Yeah.
I love it.
I do love that album.
Yeah. I just like I love the whole song, but that bit at the end, that
Yeah.
like, I'm Captain Spectacular. Oh,
I think it was about 2 years till I realized it was Chris Jericho as Captain Spectacular, and just me. I'm a massive wrestling fan, like, and I was just like, I know that voice, but why do I? And then it clicked, and it's just like,
now
Chris
you
Jericho.
mention it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could. I'm gonna have to just listen to that bit and be like, yeah, that's Jericho.
Well, that's good to know. I wasn't the only one that kind of just.
But I would have put that voice with the person.
Yeah.
Because I remember watching like earlier videos of Jericho when he first joined the WWE. It's like, Raw is Jericho and all that. It's like, yeah, you're for yourself,
Captain Spectacular.
On that to Captain Spectacular, and obviously he's got Fozzy and everything.
Aye.
And now he's on AEW.
And yeah, still going. Oh, he's got to be
still wrestling. He's doing his music, and finding that out is weird. That's weird. Joke. I almost said Joker then. Chris Jericho as Captain Spectacular. It's like Ziltoid, which you can actually buy that little puppet. Oh, I should have bought one last time. I bloody saw him live and didn't buy one. Next time I'm buying a Ziltoid. And then I'm going to put on my Day of the Dead suit because I'm going to hopefully Bloodstock will go ahead and he's headlining the Friday.
Yeah,
I'm going to be wearing that suit all day. Or at least wait until about maybe 5-6 o'clock in the afternoon or something and put the suit on with some cheap ass shoes, but not the shoes I bought at my mate's wedding. Not those ones, no. I got to find some festival type ones. Or just black trainers, that'll do.
That's true.
But
Yeah, no, I would like to see Bloodstock and everything going ahead as well. Like,
I would too.
I mean, but on on the one hand, as a fan, yeah, I'd love to see Bloodstock and everything go on. Like, but then as someone who's pretty much in metal to the masses every year now for however many years and stuff like that, it's just kind of like
I don't know.
metal to the masses can't happen. Surely, like, I mean, the festival's one thing, but then having like, and as a venue owner myself, like a small venue owner and stuff as well, like it's just like, I mean, with these restrictions, I know that we can only have 10 people in green rooms and stuff, and one of those 10 people is me. So it's an easy vote. So
Well, there you go then. It's just because I'm in bands, I can't do anything with them because in my folk metal band, one of our members had like intestinal problems and stuff, so he's had to have that done, and now he's got a bag for the rest of his life, which sucks. He's had to go to the hospital a few times because they needed to teach him how to like feed himself like differently. So we can't all meet up. Some people might have, someone might have health problems or have family members that have health problems. So it's all a bit difficult.
No,
but I can get other stuff done at home, other music stuff.
Yeah.
So it's not all.
Well, I know that we had to isolate for 10 days. It was like because someone in my son's class had been tested positive for COVID and everything. Like, so obviously he was with me at the time. Like, seeing him up in our partner, so obviously he was up with me. And yeah, we had the call come through that someone tested, and that was it. Then we were kind of like just stuck, me and myself, and Irene, me and my son, and my gran and dad and little brother and everything. Like, we're all just kind of stuck, not being able to go anywhere even more now, because obviously there's a possible chance to hear everything. Luckily it wasn't, and they've had jabs now since. Like, so yeah.
I mentioned the vaccine before you came on and everything, like, because I've been learning to drive since about 2018, something like that. Yeah, 2018, and everything was going well. I was doing really well. Doing perfect parking when I come back to my house. Actually, being able to just get in a space.
Yeah.
Reversing, I'm actually okay at. Parallel parking, I'm actually okay at as well.
Right.
But I haven't been able to do them because my instructor is also on lockdown. He's in Portishead.
Oh, right, that's quite a way from you, isn't it? Or
yeah, because I'm obviously in Bristol.
Yeah.
And I think he's at risk. So, because every time we've gone on like drives and stuff, way before COVID, he's always coughing and stuff, and I'm thinking, well, he must.
He's covering up the clutch control as well. He's covering up clutch ears.
It's just like, but well, I owe my driving instructor as well. But anyway, let's get off of COVID because it's depressing and is a massive asshole.
True.
So your journey into metal, how did that all start?
God, how did it start? I mean, really, I could try and like sound, super cool and all that kind of stuff. Like, but really, I mean, my dad's always been listening to like stuff like Saxon and Motorhead and all that kind of stuff. So that was always something. But I was never really aware of it when I was that young and everything. I think first introduction like rock and all that kind of stuff was when we were driving around with my uncle. I know had Bon Jovi Crossroads, I think it was. He just literally had that album just on repeat and everything. Like, so that was kind of like, for myself and my little brother and stuff, who'd be in the car going around this place. I mean, that's kind of like where the rock kind of stuff started. I think with the metal, or at least with guitar, with me, I was watching Kerrang, so this would have been, so all right, so guitar would have been after, so it would have been, I was watching, what was that show? On Bravo, I think it was, years and years ago, like they had like trailers of video games, all that kind of stuff, and
Oh, yeah.
I get the video trailer for Dracula 3 or something like that came on, but the soundtrack for it was Bloodlines by Slayer.
Oh, yeah,
And
yeah.
yeah, I just heard that and it was kind of like someone just went. I was like, I like that. That's class. And
Just
just
like,
like I was quite young and stuff like that when I like kind of hear that sort of thing. Like um and then like you get stuff like old friends were into like Nirvana and I think Linkin Park, Green Day, and all that kind of stuff. Like the really kind of like beginner's guide to kind of like get into rock and metal and all that kind of stuff and punk and everything. So um yeah, for me it was definitely Slayer that kind of like tilted it in, and I was like just determined to find like heavier stuff and everything. Like I mean, at one point I was listening to the Destruction Derby 2 soundtrack, like I'm a massive gamer anyway.
yeah.
And that soundtrack at the time, like, was one of the heaviest things I'd heard. Like, and you hear it years later, and it's just like, oh, it's just grunge. It was like, it wasn't that heavy. You hear with vocals, it's even less heavy. But yeah. So I mean, Slayer was definitely the big part. Like when I was still in school, and then when I left school and started doing music technology, I was already playing in a punk band, playing bass of all things. Like back when I first started, and then I switched over to guitar when we went to college and started a like college band, and then that was it. And it was just because it was basically like there was there was a group of us from like Rwanda who was pretty much just like Pantera and Slayer, Machine Heads, pretty much anything that was just heavy. That was it. Like we were just into that. And then the other side of the class, like we had guys who were into like Pink Floyd and stuff like that. So it was like just a meld. And now I'm like in a place like however many years later is now 15, 16 years later, where that is kind of my musical taste. It's like really heavy stuff, but then Pink Floyd on the other hand, like they just kind of just go across. But yeah, that's pretty much where it started. But the guitar work and everything that kind of started with Papa Roach of all bands and everything, and it wasn't even a song. I mean, I quite liked them because I think I'd listened on like on the Tony Hawk's soundtrack, and they was Blood Brothers and all that kind of stuff, and
Yeah, I think I heard
great
a lot of
soundtrack.
music. I heard a lot of
Yeah,
music from like
it,
Tony Hawk's and stuff,
yeah,
punk,
it's
bit of metal and stuff.
yeah, it's really funny like how video games kind of like influence like quite a lot of generation and stuff. For I mean, I'm definitely part of that generation,
Mm.
and yeah, so I was watching Kerrang one night, literally in the other room. I'm back with my family home at the moment, and I think Kobe Shaddix came on, or Kobe Dick, whatever he was at the time, I can't remember. And he was just saying like, "Oh yeah, man, we're the rock stars of today, but you guys out there doing the whole like, you guys out there, you're
You
like
guys
the you're the rock stars of tomorrow and all this kind of stuff." Like, and 14-year-old me was just kind of I could be the rock star of tomorrow. Yeah, can I learn to play guitar? Like, I thought you didn't want to learn music anymore. You gave up with the piano. I was like, yeah, but rock is cool, isn't it? No, it did generally start as a phase, like sort of thing.
I want the people watch it who will be watching this. There will be silliness.
They're legit like, oh god, how has this happened?
Say, I'm going to be a rock star.
I'm gonna be a rock star. I'm gonna be like Nickelback and all that kind of shit. Obviously that I came to a realization quite quickly, like after like I think when I turned about 17, 18 and stuff like that, I was like, yeah, this probably ain't gonna happen, but it's fun, so I'm gonna keep doing it. And yeah, that's been the thing. Like, I mean, I've if something happens, it happens and stuff. All right. I mean, we still work as hard as we can, like with the band and stuff like that. But with Incursion, at least, I've always been in the mindset, even when we started, obviously, because it was just myself and Adam and a drum machine. It was only two of us, like when
Yeah, I remember those days.
yeah, when we first started gigging and stuff, like, and we always just did it because it was fun. I mean, there was a serious band together before that, and then the week before we were supposed to do our first show in Fuel, the drummer and the vocalist just nope, gone. And rather than me and Adam mess around the promoter, we just said, "Oh, we'll do it anyway, and we'll use a drum machine." And we used the drum machine for about a year and a half afterwards.
Yeah.
And I think probably that would have been one of the first times we've seen you guys as well. Was where was it? Colchester, was it?
It's like Colchester something.
Yeah, and oh, what's the it's pub it is, and I can't remember
It's
what the
like
pub
it's like Colchester or Colford, something like that.
was. It Colford? It might have been Colford.
Yeah, because I remember you guys were on the bill, and my mates from Mordrake were on the bill.
Yeah, I remember that was the Enzo
Something
initiative.
like, that's when I first saw it. I was just like, who the fuck are these guys? Just
Why
playing
they
instrumental stuff. Why
they
is
play
this
this?
guitar player going around a pillar going like just hiding away from people? I was like, what the fuck are you doing, mate?
Mate, to be fair, it's quite it irks me a little bit now, like because obviously it's only now that, well, I say only now, but only like the last couple of years, like we're actually going out and playing to a lot more people like before, and I've calmed down so much since like
Yeah,
gigging everywhere. Like if you speak to people who have watched me gig like since since the start of it, Christ, I've had inflatable dinghies and stuff for me on stage, like pretend to be Rammstein and all that kind of stuff, like jumping off into like 3 people into a crowd. I've destroyed God knows how many amps and everything by literally just jumping up on down them because Johnny Mental cool at the time, and jump on your amps was the whole buzz and everything, and
jumping on the
yeah, that
amps.
was yeah, and obviously the paint and stuff I still do again now, but it is kind of toned down to what it used to be because I like there's a few old pictures like where I'm literally head to foot just covered in like body paint and everything, like because obviously I can't have tattoos or anything, so that's what I do. I just painted up with the old days, and then the Incursion kind of thing started, and then yeah, we just kind of it's kind of stuck now. So I'm stuck being green on stage and promo stuff.
Yeah, pretty much.
I was thinking about doing it tonight, but yeah.
Yeah, basically, for anyone who just heard that, who's watching,
Yeah.
you'll be watching this video. Yeah, they were once a two-piece, and that's how I knew about Incursion. And the name Incursion, where did that come from? Is that a funny story?
Yeah.
Uh,
Okay, so as I mentioned before, we were a full band prior to it just being myself and Adam. This is probably has something to do with it as well. Like, but we had this gig coming up. We didn't have a name, and the four of us, like, we were sat in my car at the time outside the vocalist's house, and we were just there. We just turned now and just like, right, guys, we need to think of a name. We need to think of it now and everything. So all get our phones out and all this kind of stuff and just start looking. And you know, I'd been told to lock the car doors and everything like that, so none of us could leave and everything. We were quite, sporadic and kind of. And she's like, "No, I just want to go. Come on, so yeah, we were told to lock the doors and everything. We just sat there now in the middle of Pontypridd. Doors locked, just four of us in the car, just looked completely suspicious to anybody that goes passing. And I know it's a bit crass to come with and everything, which is why I kind of like changed it slightly and everything. But they were just like they wanted that we all kind of wanted to be like it should be like not bland, but more kind of like open air, because like with previous band names like Hand of the Daedra was obviously we were very based all around like all the Elder Scrolls kind of stuff and everything. So which did its purpose for a while, like, but obviously we were kind of like pigeonholed into just doing that. And I realized now how contradictory I sound, because now we're pretty much pigeonholed to do the apocalypse stuff, but it's what we can make of it. But the name, yeah, we just say it needs to be something that we can use for just like metal, and it's got to be like it's got to be like a quick attack and everything, or like like a proper assault sort of thing, like, and yeah, there were other words said as well, like, but yeah, I'm not a fan of that kind of stuff, like, but yeah, they were just like, yeah, it's got to be like a quick, sharp and attack sort of thing like that. And we just what about Incursion? I was like, oh, I can't remember. There was a load of names that came, and some of them were just so, like, it's kind of not frowned upon so much now, because obviously so many death metal bands and stuff like that with names that are just so fucking outrageous and everything. Like, and you just hear, like, to be fair, I think some of the stuff we came up with was a lot tamer than the stuff that actually comes out now. But no, Incursion came up, and I don't know, it just sounded right. So obviously we did the usual thing of checking through Google, making sure there was no other Incursions around or anything, and at the time there wasn't. It was just us. Like, so we were just like, yeah, all right, that'll work. Like, and yeah, okay, and then yeah, we just kind of stuck from there really, and it's we've never really thought about changing it. I mean, even when it's come up in conversation a couple of times, like, but no, it's at the point now where it's just like, no, that's what the name is. That's what it is, and sort of thing. And I know there's like a couple of others that have popped up with the same name and everything, and we've had a few things on with like a Spotify and YouTube's and everything, where we've had other bands turning up. Like, just like, had people like joking us, like, "Oh, you changed direction. You're in power metal." I was like, "I'm not fucking power metal. What the fuck?"
Not even
You
that.
think I can really go that high? I could just about do my own vocals, let alone like, yeah.
I can't even do that. But
Yeah,
there's
like I said, I'm not
times
against.
where I can do it,
Yeah,
but other times it's like because I've been doing a lot of death metal vocals, so it's like
yeah. But
that's just kind of got rid of it now.
like I say, if you're into power metal and everything, that's fine. I mean, like, I'm not saying that power metal all sucks and all that kind of stuff. Like, but no, it was just kind of like when you get people joking, like, because obviously I don't even know what kind of genre of metal we are. We've been told we're industrial, we've been told we're thrash, we've been told we've been black and death, thrash, industrial, apocalypse, core, whatever. It's metal. I don't
It's
fucking care.
metal.
Like,
You can't really put a genre with what you guys do.
no, it was so sporadic and fucking over the place. I mean, the only thing it's going to be heavy. You're going to be able to mosh to it, and it's going to have me just shouting like fuck over the top of it. Those are the three things that will make it definitely Incursion.
And that's all it is. It's just basically what the music is. Basically what the band's called, Incursion.
Yeah, that's
It's
it.
just
Like, so.
in your face.
It's in your face.
And,
And if I can picture people moshing to it, like whilst I'm writing stuff and everything, that's my goal. Is literally we are very much a live based band and everything for it. So like our recordings obviously are fine, and I quite like our recordings. If I didn't, I wouldn't be pushing them as much and everything, and do little niggles and stuff like that. Who doesn't have niggles?
yeah.
But yeah, I've always been in the mind frame of now the songs are going to come across just heavy and just full on attack live sort of stuff. Like, I mean, we have like toyed around in the past, like with like kind of like lighter or more metal corey kind of stuff and everything, like, but I don't know, I don't know, I just like the more kind of like groovy kind of stuff now. I mean, like the new stuff again, like, it's kind of a little bit of annoying that I can't, like, I've got nothing to reference with it, because like Shrouded is kind of like the start of it, like there's that kind of like that groove, kind of like, it's not slow but it's not fast, it's kind of like in the middle, sort of like just kind of like just a chug with a big like chorus and stuff behind it. And yeah, that's kind of like the way we're kind of going. I just have more of that kind of like groove sort of stuff going on, and groove never goes out of step. And the groove donkeys are aliens. Yeah, but yeah, groove never goes out of passion, whatever and stuff. Then like, but I mean, still to this day, like, you still turn on Pantera and stuff, even if there are like a lot of people that would dislike them because of obviously certain things certain members have said or done and everything. But musically, it's still it's still some of the best kind of like metal and stuff that's ever been written.
Yeah.
And yeah, to liken it to something, it's like, for our wrestling fans and stuff out there and stuff like that, it's like talking about Chris Benoit, where you shouldn't really talk about him because of what he did, but then his in ring works and everything like that, they were pretty much awesome and stuff like that every time. Like, so it's that kind of like weirdness. How the hell did I go into that? Oh yeah, Pantera. Yeah, of course.
Pantera.
Brain.
Yeah, brain. Well, I actually
so that's where the name came from.
That's the name came from. Well, there you go. There's a funny story for you all. Them with the car locked and looking dodgy as fuck. Just like
outside of church as well. Just old people coming out from church, just like, Oh, look at those long-haired
Say-
idiots.
Say, what are you doing? Like Monty Python now and then.
Yeah. Talk
Great
about
comedy.
oh, it is like it's always that temptation with us, like because obviously I know we do have a sense of humor and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
In a lot of ways, I kind of say that we've got the mentality of a cover band. Whereas most good cover bands know that they aren't the real thing, like, but they have a laugh with it. Which is a bit, with us, we have a laugh with it. But like, it does kind of go back to Devon and stuff as well, I suppose.
Yeah.
Like, because obviously, if you look back at the old less strappy and glad stuff, and then the old stuff he did, like deconstruction and everything, this just super heavy kind of stuff. Like, but there's always like an air of just like mischief and just mucking around and stuff with it as well. Like, and that's kind of how we kind of do stuff and everything. Like, I mean, the songs can have personal stuff, and people can read into a lot of my lyrics and music and stuff, like, and be like, and take something from it, which it's open to interpretation. That's what we've always been about. But yeah, we always like, I mean, with with our live shows and stuff, and the carnage that we cause with certain
Yeah, we'll
nourishments
get
and
on
everything.
that in a minute.
Yeah.
People
It's that kind of like, Jekyll and Heidi sort of thing. Like, it's like, oh, they're serious, but they're taking the piss. We like just messing with people, and
and
that's always been.
what I love about you guys, because you play heavy music, but you have fun on stage at the same time, and
Yeah.
you have fun with the audience.
If it's not fun, what's the point?
What's the point doing it then?
Yeah.
It's not fun.
There have been, I've been doing this quite a long time now, and then having the venue and stuff as well, and just doing the amount of shows and stuff I've done. Like, I've seen plenty of bands that musically are brilliant, but then to watch, you just kind of just like, yeah, their music was good. Yeah, no, they were good. I was like, didn't move much, did they? No, I didn't move much. Quite boring, really. Yeah, quite shit, really. Yeah, fucking bollocks that was. I fucking know.
Like,
Yeah,
the pub.
that's just how it kind of like devolves and stuff. Like, and yeah, but
But yeah, there you go. Speaking of your music, I have this Scourge EP, which you can get this on a patch, which I got.
you could get it on a patch. I don't.
Well, you got
if
not.
we could,
Well, you got that image at least.
we've definitely got that image somewhere still.
Not with it with Scourge.
No.
And obviously at the back, only 5 tracks. I think that's all you need.
5 tracks. Yeah, that's all you need.
Of course, their website's there, so if you're wondering where you can buy their stuff, because I usually say that at the end, where do you find their stuff? I might as well do it now. Right there.
Yeah, you can find all your Incursion merchandise at incursionmetal.co.uk/shop, just like that.
And there you go.
That includes new T-shirts and everything, which I should have worn instead of
And,
I should have worn tonight instead of cancelled her, but
yeah, I thought I'll wear a Bristol band.
I am literally supporting no one. I'm supporting Studio Ghibli. There we go.
You're supporting someone at least. Yeah, this is a really cool EP as well. I love it. It's heavy.
Thank you.
Thank you. Your vocals on this are fucking insane.
Yeah. Home truth. I'd only been doing vocals. God, it must have been about a year in to Incursion, so only 2016. Yeah, only 2016 I started messing around with vocals, and that's only because we were doing a show in Le Pub with Outright Resistance and Democritus for the first time we'd ever met Democritus and everything, and Outright Resistance actually.
Yeah.
I know that we'd done a little bit of a sound check and everything, and line check. Just go and do stage, go press play on the laptop, and good to go. But they'd left a live mic on stage, and it was just there. I just dug it. I just see what happens. Like, there's not a massive amount of people. There's a couple of friends like to see us and everything, so I'll just make some shit up on the spot and everything. And
why not?
Yeah, it kind of just started from there, and then just kind of. And yeah, that's kind of where we go. My voice is a lot stronger now than what it was. I still, for anybody who's going to try and ask me for like any vocal techniques or anything, I haven't got a clue. I just fucking
you
do stuff.
You just do it.
Yeah, I shout and I try and I can somehow do lows and those shrieky highs and everything. I'm a little bit annoyed because I used to have like a really high voice when I was younger, which would have been quite cool, like to do like all like the death metal kind of stuff. Like, but yeah, my voice kind of dropped, and yeah, all I've got is this mid tone thing.
And I just remember that venue underneath the Crown. It's called the Trap.
Trap. That's yeah.
And I'm looking at the video now
Oh
that I
God.
recorded.
Trap. God. Yeah, I was with Sam from A Groaner on drums with us for that one.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, because he was stood in whilst we were temporarily without a drummer. Till Josh turned in, but God, he got so drunk at that show. Him and Adam were just
A lot of
drinking
people
wine and
got
everything.
drunk, and
Yeah,
it was hot and sweat. Obviously during summer.
it was so hot, sweating, and it was ridiculous. Like, but I was the three of us like going back in the car. Sam took a little bit of a while because obviously being the amount of wine he'd drunk and everything. Like, but the three of us come back. Me and Adam, like, we just had to say, "Do you feel all right?" It's like, "Nah." "Do you feel all right?" "Nah."
Yeah.
And I think like a few days later, I literally had just the biggest coughing fit, and actually a chunk of my throat actually came up with it. I think it was a picture I put on Facebook like a year or so, well, not long after that show and everything. But yeah, just a nice bit of like pink kind of like gunk and stuff like my throat. It's just like click. Yeah.
Well, that's
I do love Bristol, honestly. Honestly,
Yeah.
it's one of my favorite places to come play. I know that sounds very kind of like cheesy and cliche kind of crap to say, like, but no, it is like that's why
Not
we
really.
come back to it quite often, like to like Griffin or what's it called, the Fleece and everything. Like I love playing the Fleece. They were brilliant fun. I mean, I think the first time I'd ever went there was to see Devin play up there many years ago.
Oh yeah, he did play in the Fleece. I missed that, unfortunately.
Yeah.
That particular like heavy show he did.
That was such a good show and stuff. I mean, it was just when Addicted had come out, like, so obviously there was still like a lot of still talking on bass stuff coming out.
Play Bristol until it was like the O2 or something he played.
But
I still go to Colston Hall.
Yeah.
Well, I can't say Colston Hall anymore. It's Beacon.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God.
Formerly Colston Hall. Let me
Yes. Yeah.
Yes, but obviously I want to get on to what the hell we were saying about a particular thing. Well, just to let you guys know, if you did actually manage to see Incursion anywhere, like not last year, year before.
Up until March last year.
Yeah, well, maybe bits of last year.
Start of last year, spring last year.
Pretty much. Yeah. Let's skip the year that didn't happen. Basically, I didn't get this on the footage that I filmed.
Yeah.
But everyone likes them with a good cup of tea, and they had a packet of hobnobs, chocolate hobnobs, I add. And they said whoever holds on to these the longest is the hobnob champion, and that turned out to be Mike, who is Steph and Kieran's dad.
Yeah.
And I did participate. I lost. He's the winner. Where the hell did the whole hobnob thing come from? Because it's absolute genius.
So, God, we had a song similar to Hobnob Wars prior, which was called Nonstop Party Anthem. We only did it a couple of times, and basically the other two that were in the band at the time and stuff like that, they were just kind of like my vocal stuff, like, because I was trying to like go the way of like, like this is the apocalypse. So this song is about a guy who's got control of the entire floor, and basically a little bit in bad taste, but that's my humor and stuff as well. Like, but basically, if the room had stopped moving, like the lyrics in the song was, I had a bomb like planted underneath the dance floor. So if they stop moving, the bomb will explode and everyone will be dead. Yeah, it was taking quite a bit of bad taste and stuff for it. So we kind of dropped doing that for a little while. I still would do it now, but rework the lyrics a bit and everything. Like I didn't realize how inappropriate it was. Like when we were kind of doing it originally, and it was kind of like obviously certain events that happened after we did that song and stuff as well. I was like, yeah, probably not as funny as we thought it was. Like, nah. So kind of doing that. So with Hobnob, I'm a big Rick Mail, Adrian Emerson fan. Quite fucking hard to see that, really, isn't it? uh, but yeah, we were just I, it was we were watching. Yeah, we were watching Bartman. Obviously, it was the episode where they go um, camping and everything on it, and
Oh yeah.
just the chocolate hobnob things came on and everything. And I'd been with previous bands, I'd overkill like doing like like little voice clips and everything with songs. I mean, I had stuff like Stephen Fry and Terry Pratchett, This World, and all that kind of stuff. Put in a couple of songs and everything. So I was kind of like tried not to do it, but I just really wanted to do something with Rick and Aid because, like I said, I grew up watching Bottom and everything, and then
Yeah.
obviously like Guess As Parody, so Drop Dead Fred and everything with kind of later in life, and then obviously going back watching Young Ones, all that kind of stuff. And
Oh yeah, the young ones.
it was just like they were two people. I don't like meeting people. I feel awkward and stuff like that. Like so. The only I met Christ, we even played with Devil Driver like a couple of years ago and everything, and
Awesome.
I couldn't bring myself to go speak to Des or Mike or anyone. Like I just kind of like no, I don't want to bother them.
Yeah,
I just
I'm a
don't
bit
like.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like bother. If I'm not gonna. If somebody turns around and talks to me, I'm still gonna talk to them. Like, but yeah, I just feel like thing. But no, I always wanted to do something like that, and just I don't know, just kind of the idea popped in the head, like just like, oh yeah, well, I'm alright. I've got a pack of chocolate hobnobs. I was like, oh Eddie, we're saved. I think it did have like the full like whole dialect and stuff about like not having a tin opener and all that kind of crap. Like just to be over the top there. Then we started cutting it down, and then it was just the idea. I was like, what can we do with this? I was like, well, why don't we get? It's the apocalypse. So in the dimension that we've come from, we've found the last ever McVitie's factory, and for some reason, and it was all lead line paint and everything that was all there. So all the biscuits inside, they're completely untouched by the nuclear radiation that's on the outside. um, it's like, yeah, that sounds like a plan. Yeah, definitely. Like, it's like, so where the hobnobs come in? I don't really like hobnobs, so what if we gave the hobnobs to the masses as a way of being like, oh, there we go, you must fight with them because the last hobnobs whilst we're there, like eating chocolate digestives and everything. Just like,
Wankers.
yeah, exactly. So it's always that thing, like Incursion. Are they portraying villains or heroes? And just they're like,
You
it
don't
depends who
really
you ask.
know.
It depends who you ask, really. If it comes to chocolate biscuits, you fuck off. Hobnobs, yeah, carry on, fucking fight.
Have your hobnobs.
Yeah, jump pretty fish. Just
Yeah, yeah. I remember just seeing that and just being like, "We're fighting for a packet of chocolate biscuits." But obviously, for anyone who isn't British, won't know what the bloody hell hobnobs are. I just said they're chocolate. They're biscuit. They can just be plain biscuits or chocolate coated biscuits.
yeah, they're like for American friends or anything, they're like basically like cookies with one half of it being chocolate. That's they're just chocolate hobnobs. I mean, even the guys on I was speaking on that radio station in South Africa, Johannesburg last night and everything, and even he was bringing up like the hobnob thing. They're just there like, it's like, you know what hobnobs are you in? Do they have them in South Africa? I just like, I don't know, but I don't know. Yeah, so that's pretty much where it came around from. Like, and like, again, I've always been under the way of like Incursion or our live band. We're there to have fun and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Shows like it. This just kind of came at the right time. The first time we tried it was there is obviously a video up online of like the first time we tried it, but that was actually in truth that was the second time. The night before, instead of me where I do my usual shtick and everything, like like when everyone's getting ready and like, oh, I need a volunteer. Your name's Eddie. Eddie, you must look after these hobnob biscuits, Eddie. Blah, 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 blah. We didn't do that the first time. We literally, I got off stage, I had the packet of hobnob biscuits, and I fucking just said, like, we're gonna mosh the best. They get the pack of this hobnob. I literally put the hobnobs on the floor, and I literally just stood on them, like like people stand on cabs, like just.
Yeah.
It didn't work too well that time, like, so I ended up just booting them like across the room and everything, and then just everybody started just like, try this next time. And so the next night, I think it was then, like we played in Fuel and everything, where it was that Metal to the Masses show and everything like that. It just kind of came out and it just kind of came together like that, and it was absolute carnage. Like, and then just kind of like tweaking it, little bits and pieces were going along and everything. And yeah, I mean, God, we got to like Bristol and everything. I think the first time we did in Bristol was in the Griffin, and it was absolutely rammed in there. I can't remember. I'm embarrassed. I can't remember which show it was, but basically everything went wrong for us on that show. Like Adam's bass jack had like fallen out. Drummer complaining about something as usual back then. I think I'd snapped the string. Oh no, he'd smashed his bass amp. The PA system was just feeding back constantly, no matter what we were doing. Like, it was just massive feedback.
Yeah.
So wasn't having the best time anyway. Adam had literally stole my mic and just gone to the crowd because he couldn't play bass or everything because he was knackered. So he literally just took my mic and he went and did vocals for the night. So it was like, all right, fuck it, it's just one of these shows then, okay. And then Hobnobs came around and did the usual stick, like, I need an Eddie, blah blah blah. Put them out, they get going, right. Now with Hobnobs, I know what the first verse is, but the second verse, it's down to whoever's got the hobnobs. It kind of like goes as a running commentary sort of thing. So there's a little bit of trivia made public and stuff here. Some people say it's because I'm lazy and I can't think of lyrics for the second verse. It's like, probably, but but it's just more fun to do like a commentary sort of thing. Like, I don't think it's gonna be a song that's ever gonna be recorded. So yeah, it's just fun. Like whoever gets those hobnobs, they gotta get them from Eddie. If they get the hobnobs, you're gonna die. And the second verse comes in, and it's like, and say like some random Jack over there's got, and it's like, no, Jack's got this hobnob. No, Jack has got them. You got to get them from Jack, or you'll die. It's just that kind of like shtick going along, sort of stuff. So we did this one in the Griffin, and like I said, everything had gone wrong. So when the hobnob song came on, did the first verse, it was all fine, and it was carnage. I mean, somebody did genuinely have their nose broken. It was literally, as we know, the Griffin's not a massive place, like, but it was full to the back room and stuff like that, and all of them were, yeah.
I've been to gigs there. It's not that big.
Yeah, but yeah, literally everyone. I can't stress enough. Like, everyone was just going for it with the hobnob kind of wars and everything, right? Past the chorus, starts the second verse where I'm starting to do the commentary kind of bits and stuff like that. And I got those hobnobs, and this girl had walked in front of me, lovely girl I've spoken to stuff later, right? But she stood in front of me, pulled the cheekiest smile I'd ever seen in my life, right? And she just pulls out the packet of hobnobs, and she just puts them down at the top, and I'm just there like, oh, this girl has them. Well, you can't really get them back because it's going to be sexual harassment if we try to do anything about it. just trying to fit this whole thing in it. It did work at the time, like, but I was just, and stuff. When stuff like that happens, it's just, I'm already laughing anyway because there's a room of people just literally fighting over a packet of biscuits. And then when stuff like that happens as well, like, it just takes it to another level again, and I'm just weak laughing like through like so much of it. Like if people go look and see if any of these videos, because there are a few videos of the hobnob wars and stuff go on. Like, some are more intense than others, don't get me wrong, but when they're more intense, I'm just laughing. Like, I just the song lyrics and everything just kind of stop and everything. I'm just there, just laughing so much on stage, like all of us are. That kind of took a little bit of an extra thing over when we did start with Scott and Josh in the band as well, because obviously we kind of embraced like the kind of like the gimmick, I suppose, everything of everything that came with it. And then Scott now, because we weren't allowed to use hobnobs anymore in certain venues because they do make a bit of a mess once they're mixed up with carpet and alcohol and everything, which fair enough. So we do usually kind of like have to have a backup kind of idea of like in this too, like we wrap a can like with a hobnob wrapper on it and stuff like that, and then just go around that way. when I was Scott as well, when stuff like that happens, he's got like, obviously he's quite a big guy, wearing that with that big like Borderlands kind of like gas mask, that Russian gas mask,
Yeah.
and then on his back he's got a little school backpack with like a
Oh,
big
yeah.
smiley face on it, like, and he's just got all the biscuits, and he's just handing biscuits out to people, and they're just there like, what the fuck is going on? It's just, but again, that's you know, and I will say, we're not like a one-trick pony. The Hobnobs are obviously what people will remember a lot of now, just because it's just so ridiculous stuff like. But we do have a couple of more ideas and stuff like that, because obviously certain places we can't do that sort of stuff like. So we've got like alternative ideas, and we've got other song ideas coming up as well, like, which again makes you question how actual sane we actually are. But
Well,
but yeah, there's a lot of fun stuff. It's quite funny. I mean, it's again, we're kind of like a very I don't mean the word in a horrible way or anything like that, because I know some people take offense. We're a very schizophrenic band when it comes to like we or bipolar, and even where 1 minute we're kind of like quite happy, upbeat, and everything, still causing pits and everything, and the next time we're just down and dark and moody and everything. It's like everything's bad. It is proper Jekyll and Hyde, and I don't think I'd have it any other way, because it just messes with people so much, like, and
yeah.
it's a roller coaster kind of stuff. I mean, I know I'm not the most mentally sound person in the world anyway, but yeah, just to kind of like translate that into like live show. Yeah, it's fun, and it's why I'm still doing it after all these years and everything. I did have one point in 2019 where I was gonna just like I can't do it anymore, and it became the only thing I could do. So it's and I'm glad I didn't stop doing it, even with this whole lockdown stuff going on, because it's part of what I do, and it's part of what I am. So
Yeah.
it's
So,
fun.
oh yeah, that's basically the whole Hobnob Wars. And obviously, first time I think I might have been at that show at the Griffin, or I might not have been. Might have been. I remember the one at the Trap, and then the other one at the Fleece, which I think someone just got the packet and ran off with it.
No, in the Fleece, I remember this one. The Fleece, I picked the Eddie for the night, for the show and everything like that. They're like, Eddie, you've got to keep these hobnobs safe, Eddie. And instead of him keeping them safe and like everybody going after him, he just literally opened the pack and just started handing them out to people.
Oh yeah, I remember. Oh yeah, that's it. I remember now. Yeah, just...
And obviously, because I do the running commentary sort of thing on on the second verse, I'm just literally screaming. I was like, Eddie, what are you doing? That's the last packet of hobnobs ever. Yeah, I'm going to share them out then. It's like, that's not the point.
It's not the point. They're supposed to fight you for these biscuits.
I think it was like I think we finished the song, like, and I just went on the mic and said, "That's the most polite hobnob wars we've ever had in our entire like doing this kind of shtick and everything." Like, and
yeah, I remember that. Now he was just giving them out. I think I know. I think I know who it was who was giving them out, and just
it was just
too funny to remember it now.
Again, it's one of those situations where if there's a load of people jumping after him, or there's a few people jumping after him, it's funny. But then when somebody's just there and just hands them out, it's still funny, because it's just like,
It's just like,
it's gone the wrong way.
Yeah, these are the last chocolate hobnobs. All right.
Oh, I'll share them out.
You want one? What the are you doing?
You fool! You will die of starvation. I was doing all the stick I could to try and rile up.
But he
was just like, no, I'm just gonna hand them out. It's like, oh, for God's sake! All right.
So whenever gigs go on again, and you get to see Incursion, this is what you're gonna see. You're gonna see them with a packet of hobnobs, green bloody face paint. Sorry, green and black face paint, and like sort of like camouflage military sort of clothing and stuff, and I just apocalyptic type clothing, should I say?
Yeah.
Post-apocalyptic.
Wouldn't look out of place in Mad Max.
Just think. Incursion has
irradiated Mad Max with a
with
a side of
chocolate
like Fallout stuff.
Fallout, Mad Max Fallout, and all that stuff.
It is like
So, yeah, and that gig I was on about the trap, I think, yeah, it was put on by Steph and
yeah,
Elliot and yeah, the
um,
QLC
QLC, yeah. Quite.
promotions,
Oh, was it QLC?
which I mentioned Mike earlier,
Yeah,
that Steph and Kieran's dad who won that war. I
I
couldn't
think.
beat him.
Yeah, I think that flea show. I think that flea show was the first one we did with Steph, Mike, and here and everything. Like, and yeah, so from there, obviously, we become quite decent people to talk to and everything like that, quite friendly and everything from that then
Yeah,
as well.
yeah,
And to be fair, every time we've done a show in uh, Bristol afterwards, they've always been there then as well. So it's yeah, pretty cool.
yeah. Well, because I'm trying to think when I first met Steph and all that, I was just at gigs. This is where I meet people.
Yeah.
And then they started putting on all these shows and stuff, and then mentioned QLC promotions, and I think
It's like, I can't say much.
you joined up with them and everything, and Rob and Grace, Rob from this band, started helping them out as well. And you're just one big crazy team, and I love you all. So,
Yeah,
oh, yeah, I forgot to do that.
we do that. We do that. We do that.
I'm trying. Wait, there But yeah, just all one crazy team. So yeah, and well, again, if people want to find this, I showed it earlier. Just to remind people, right there.
www.incursionmetal.co.uk/shop.
And that's what you're looking for. But
I will say, anybody who does purchase anything from the shop as well, obviously we can't put certain things on there, but there will be extra stuff in any T-shirts or EPs that are bought as well. There'll be extra stuff in those little packages as well that we send as well. So it's not just a T-shirt, it's not just an EP. It'll be like quite a few bits and pieces as well.
and unfortunately, there won't be any hobnobs.
No, they get flung up in the post. They do. So
No,
right,
no.
kind of eat 'em.
So if you want the hobnobs, you're gonna have to go to the shop.
Or come to the shows. Yeah.
Come to the shows because I think that's where you can get some hobnobs instead of paying whatever amount it is for a packet of hobnobs. Just get it from these guys, and then you have to fight for it in a mosh pit.
Exactly. And what's more rewarding than knowing that your packet of hobnobs, the last packet of hobnobs ever in human existence, you fought and you've won for, and you didn't have to pay a single thing towards them unless you had to pay entry to come in. But
yeah, well,
that's your trophy then of just a packet of hobnobs that you've conquered the knights and you've become the hobnob champion. Yeah,
yeah.
I turned very Richard Hammond then.
I'm just waiting until someone at a gig you give someone the hobnobs and they just run out before the song even starts with the hobnobs.
Did it I think it has happened. So we've had people put them down their trousers and everything. We've had ladies put them down their tops. I've had people swinging on lighting bars and stuff like that, trying to keep them away from people. It's just mental and stuff like that. Like, and we did get mentioned by McVitie's once for it, but I think they just wanted us to stop bugging, stop using the product. But yeah, we did have an actual mention from them, like on Instagram or something like that. Like just like, oh yeah, biscuits with a side of metal, we love it, and just like they give us an endorsement. We're endorsed by Black Star, Vocal Zone, and McVitie's.
Get your hobnobs.
I suppose then we'd have to change our paint colours like orange and blues and everything. Like
Oh yeah, because that's on the packet. Of course, yeah. So once again, when the shows are up and you see Incursion at your newest venue in your town, or the newest venue from your town, or the closest place that you can get to gigs, and you see him with a packet of Fitties fucking hobnobs.
If you win, come find us after the set, and we will sign your hobnobs as well. There we go. One day in this made-up world of mine and everything, that one becomes super millionaires and everything. You can go, look, I've got a signed packet of
I've got a signed packet of hobnobs by a band. Like, it's like, this is what you right because like there are bands that when it comes to the music, yeah, they're like really professional, but once they're on stage, they're just having fun and stuff. Like I mentioned with Steve from Democritus
Yeah,
about Evil Scarecrow, very professional with their music, but once they're on stage,
yeah,
they're just having so much fun and
yeah,
just
very much.
taking the piss out of a lot of
That's it.
things.
God, I think the first time I saw Evil Scarecrow was actually amplified back in 2018, 17, whatever it was. And they were headliners, so they had the full pyro and everything going on. And my, obviously, it was my son's first festival as well. Like, so obviously, he was there watching them. Like, and I, I'd heard of them beforehand, but I hadn't actually clicked that they were like comedy metal band. So when they came on stage, it's about like Crabulon and then Hurricanado and everything, like, and just it's like we're on here and just I was killing myself laughing. My boy was killing himself laughing and stuff like that. I mean,
Yeah.
it was just brilliant. It was really good fun and everything then as well. Probably one of my favorite bands I've seen. Definitely. I mean, they were kind of like. I don't mean this in a kind of like way. I mean in a way of like that show was kind of like a British like slimmed down Rammstein kind of show. Like it was kind of like
Yeah.
it was just so nuts and everything. It was just there like that was really cool. It was
This
like,
is cool.
but and on the grand scheme of things, obviously that's with bands like Rammstein or Maiden or anything like that, you kind of expect pyro and stuff like that. Like, but then I don't mean this in a thing way to them or anything like that, but because there are smaller bands, like at least at the time to myself, like they weren't like a big band on the radar sort of thing. Like even though they were headline amplified, um, I just wasn't expecting like to see just huge massive fireworks and like a huge stage show and everything going on. Like and yeah, I'm always in two minds. Like more bands should do it, but then if more bands do it, it becomes oversaturated, and then it's not as special when other bands do it and stuff as well. Like so, it's. But when it's done right, though, it's yeah, they did it
Yeah,
really right
definitely.
on that one. Like
Definitely.
it was really good fun to watch. Like I mean, it's somewhere I would like to go with Incursion stuff to be able to do stuff like that, and we have thought about ways of doing it. Like, but obviously keep it to our kind of like aesthetic and our kind of like sense of humor and stuff as well. Like, and it's there's possibilities of doing everything. It's just trying to figure out how to do it because I mean, as a three piece, we're already kind of like stretched to the limits of what we're actually trying to do. Like when we set everything up on stage and shit. Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
But
I need a road crew.
yeah, you need a road crew. The Incursion road crew. Just be prepared.
Inclusion in the inclusion. Yeah,
Inclusion. Oh, you got the name. You got the name. You mentioned your son.
yeah.
How old is he?
Dex, he turned 8 2 days ago. So yeah,
Oh, wow. I'm guessing he loves his metal music.
he does. I mean, myself and his mother and stuff. We always listen to like quite heavy stuff anyway. She was massive into Slayer. I was massive into Slayer.
So,
I
here,
mean,
son.
there was there was a video I had of him somewhere. He was singing. He could have only been like three or four, something like that. But he was literally singing Fear Factory and stuff like that. And I was just there like, and it was like just out of nowhere. Like so, I just kind of just like, ooh. But no, he's what was he into? He did like a little bit of Avatar and everything a little while ago. But right now he's heavily into Brothers of Metal.
Oh yeah.
And to be fair, I quite enjoy them now as well. Like again, they're very similar kind of sense of humor to us. Like even though they're obviously very like a biking metal kind of band and everything, but the
Yeah.
humor, it's spot on and everything. And again, it's that attitude like of they are definitely a serious band, but they know how to have fun with it and stuff like that and make it. But I mean, I even saw like we sat and watched a live stream show they did back a couple of months ago. Like, and even though it was like not many people in it all spread out, there was still like members of the audience there with like like inflatable axes and like Thor and Mjolnir and all that kind of stuff going on. Like, and yeah, it's quite funny seeing that kind of stuff. Like, but yeah, I do quite enjoy them. But yeah, he's literally he sits in the car with me like when we're driving up here and all back to his home and everything, and we'll just ask for on the car. And that's it. Then he's just there singing Brazil and later now all like Chain Breaker and everything. And he just loves that stuff. Oh, and Windrose and everything. He's very he's going down the whole kind of thing because he loves Marvel with Thor and everything like that. He's kind of just he's off down that path now, and it's just like great.
Right, bye.
Try not to pillage and Viking stuff other people. Thanks.
Pillage and burn villages.
Yeah, and the other thing, but we won't go
Another
down.
thing we're not going to get into, and I'm guessing he's just as nuts as you are.
No, he's mental. He's
he's more mental than you are.
Well, he's got a mix of my absolute insanity and he's got his mother's creativity and stuff as well. Like, but to look at, if you looked at all, if I had old pictures of me around you somewhere, like we looked the spit of each other when I was his age, and yeah, it's quite weird to kind of see him around. I mean, this is why when he got really into like the Incursion kind of stuff when I was doing all the green base paints and everything, to the point where on Halloween he wanted to paint up like me and everything. So we did. I mean, I think it's only on my friends list and everything on my social media stuff. I put up to he had full head to toe, full Incursion kind of gear and stuff. Like I did his paints and everything for him, and he was over the moon. Like he went out. I think literally we got out of the front door to go take him home so we can go trick or treating with his mum and everything. And literally we stepped on the door and people were just like, "Oh, here's some sweets and everything." It was just like, "Oh, we just go to the car." But okay, cool. Just that's good. Really proud of him though. Obviously, best thing has happened to me. Without any kind of hesitation or question about it. So,
Well, because most musicians I've spoken to so far on this chat have kids as well. Like, and how long have you been a dad for now?
Well, he was 8 2 days ago.
So 8 years. 8 years of his life.
Yeah, so at least 8 years of his life I've been a dad. Like, yeah.
Well, 8 years of his life, but not too much of your own life.
No, I was sitting there. So yeah. I don't know
why I asked. I don't know why I asked that because I asked how old he was 8. So I'm thinking, well, yeah, he must have been.
He could have had all
the 8 years of his life.
Yeah,
So
he could have
I'm just as stupid and crazy as well. Okay, it's all right for this chat. We can both be stupid.
It's all good. It's all good. Yeah. So no, 8, and yeah, he's just as mad as me, and he is getting into his music a lot. Like I did pick up a guitar last year that he nagged me for because I've got a white Y&B that I haven't used live for a long time, but he sees it every time he's up here, and he was asking for one like that so we can learn to play guitar. So it's like, it's that. It comes back around then to that whole Papa Roach thing. It's like, oh, you guys are the rock stars of tomorrow.
You guys
and they're like, well, if he wants to start, yeah, I'll go start. And we went down to PMT, and they had like a short scale Randy Rhodes Jackson, and he was just like, oh yeah, that's like yours. And I was like, well, it's nice and Ibanez, but yeah, that's kind of, he did go with that, and then he picked it up for his birthday last year, and he's played little bits of it since, like, and but he's got massively into playing keyboard. I was just like, gone the opposite of me. I started with piano and then I went to guitar. You've gone the opposite way, boy. What are you doing?
He's like, so I was like, I did piano, now I'm on guitar. You want to do guitar, now you're on keyboards. What?
Yeah.
What? You did the exact opposite when I was a kid.
To be fair, I like playing piano and stuff now, but I hated going to piano lessons and all that kind of stuff. Like it was all about sight reading and everything like that. So
I was the same with guitar when I did them at school. I was like,
yeah,
I like playing guitar, I just don't like the lessons.
Yeah, guitar, I love playing, but I know pretty much all theory and everything
from it. All music theory.
Yeah, I can sight read like simplified music and everything, or not like obviously tabs and stuff as well. Like
well, yeah, if it's tabs, I can read those. That's fine. But
yeah,
if I'm being told you've got to learn it by ear, that's like drums. I can learn by ear, like certain songs by drums.
Yeah,
certain songs by drums, certain songs on drums by ear. That's what I meant to say. Fucking hell.
Yeah.
My brain is fried today.
But yeah, so, yeah. But no, he's a good lad, and always happy.
future
Or
of metal. There, a lot of people say like he's the future of metal.
he's the future of metal, or
Like,
he's
and then he'd be like, Dad, I'm going to, I'm going to draw some comic book characters. Okay, complete opposite, but still,
well.
it's
To be
what you want
fair,
to do.
his mother's is a brilliant artist as well. Like she did the original Wolves logo that we got on our original t-shirt, which I don't think you can actually get anymore. I don't think there's any left. But she did the artwork and stuff for that one, and obviously she's progressed massively since then. I know we've not seen eye to eye properly, but no, as an artist and stuff like that, she's brilliant. So, and Dex is pretty much the same way. Like he's very creative, and he's he's more than happy just to sit there and draw stuff, as well as sit with me and play Minecraft and build like massive castles and run around with hammers and stuff like so.
As you do, as you do. Well, well, we'll finish this chat soon because you might have to go off and do something in a minute. I don't know, but
At the moment, I'm just just sat here,
just sat there. You can play
just sat here.
play some video games or something later.
It's a very serene kind of day. Like
Yeah, all I did was get up and turn my laptop on, get some breakfast on, went for a walk.
Oh, to be fair, I did attempt to make pancakes today. I've never made. I'm
Yeah, I saw the
33, and
video.
yeah, 33, and I never made pancakes before, so I decided to try and make some this morning. First one's just fucked up completely, and then the second one was cooked, but it didn't make a pancake shape. So I just ate that, and then the third, fourth, and fifth were pretty alright. Like, so I was kind of like happy with that. It's 3 out of 5. That's a start. That'll do.
That'll do. It's like, here's some pancakes. That's pretty.
Yeah,
Oh, that's pretty brutal.
yeah, it's pretty brutal. Pancake.
Brutal. That's
What did you
American.
use? It's blood. Yeah,
It's like, is that syrup? Of course not.
it's blood.
It's blood. It's like, no, is that blood? Of course not. It's syrup.
How'd you cut them? With an axe.
Let's see. I got my hatchet. There's a lot of craziness on this chat. I love it, and I've got to do this. We've got to do this again when we can all meet up in person because it's been too long. I can't do
I
anything
know.
about gigs and festivals, and I hope that's the same for everyone because it sucks, man.
It does. It's
Just being stuck at home or when you're at work. It's like, I'm sick of my job. But what some still go out and do their jobs. Others are doing their jobs from home. And it's like,
and then there's me who's kind of just stuck without doing his job because all I can do is write music or thing. Because again, can't open the bar and could open the rehearsal rooms in supposedly if the Wales review goes well at the end of the month, we could open from there. But again, it's completely down to the government and.
yeah, it's all down to the government and all
All
that.
down to the government.
But
And again, yeah.
it's just all down to that. And hopefully, again, hope to see Incursion live again. And where do you see Incursion going forward? Like I keep saying, like 5 or 10 years. But I don't want you to go that far. Maybe like 5 years. Let's say 5 years.
Classic question I used to ask when I was interviewing people. Yeah. I mean, in the immediate future, we are currently. I'm literally. That's the one thing I am actually doing is writing the script for our next music video. The single is all done and ready to go. We did have an original idea, but again, because of lockdown, it's a bit difficult to do it. So we've come up with another idea, which actually fits a lot better. But it does mean I have to write a slight script, and I haven't written scripts for a long time. And writing scripts for music videos is just like, oh god, what's going on? But it'll make sense when people see why I was writing a script and everything for it. But it looks interesting, and the song is it's one of the nastier ones it's definitely the nastiest one we've released so far. But again, it's still not as nasty as everything's kind of like turning into as well. Like, so there's still a lot of the sense of humor and stuff about it.
Yeah.
But this next one's coming out. I suppose it's people can interpret lyrics and everything, or the tone of the song and stuff like, or however they see or however they take it, it's their interpretation of it. But for myself, like I know it's a bit of a catharsis and everything for me. I'm not going to go into like what it's about. I mean, people can take it as what it is, or see what they take from it themselves. Like, but the video for it, that's kind of like the next kind of goal, like, because it's been a little while now since Shrouded came out. Apart from that, we've got the new EP, which we are currently writing. We're up to, I'm only like finished songs wise. There's 4 finished songs, so we're kind of like, depending on how long this lockdown goes on for, it could end up being like a full album. It's because there's enough stuff there to do a full album. It's just trying to find the ways to kind of record everything with the guy that we usually go with, Mike from Made by MJD. Madebymgd.com if you want to go to that, have a look. Then on from that, let's live in a world where the lockdown ends sometime this year. Obviously we got Hammerfest now in 2022, which is now it's between February the 12th and February the 15th. It's between those dates. I can't remember which one currently, but it's been rearranged for that at the Birmingham O2. So that's definitely one of the next goals, doing get onto that festival kind of scene. Got a lot more kind of like works with other radios and stuff going on. This is what I mean, like where I'll probably going on for a bit now, but obviously where I said earlier that this whole lockdown thing's kind of been like a little reset, like so I can kind of like rebuild everything up and around. So we're doing a lot of the promotion and PR work and stuff behind it then as well. And then pretty much so with again, as long as everything comes on, we can go back to normal next year and everything for it. We're going to be trying to get onto the festival scene a lot harder. Obviously, we always do the metal to the masses because they're good fun to do and everything. And and if I'm being honest and stuff like that, they're probably some of the shows we make the most money back from our merch sales and everything. So it's when we go play Bloodstock, which is yay, great. If we don't, when we've got at least another 3 shows, we're going to sell like a load of merch and stuff like. So it's or potential 3 shows where we could sell like a load of merch and everything. So that's always good. I'm always happy to sell merch because it helps keeps petrol in the tank. We can go places and record more stuff and everything.
Yeah, because musicians need to get places, buy their merch, so they got money to pay for petrol and other things.
Petrol, merch, and recordings. Happy done.
Petrol, food, drink, and full recordings.
That's it. But yeah, past from that, like I said, we're going to be going after the festival scene a lot more and stuff now as well. Like just try and get back on and everything, because obviously the more exposure you get from like the festival, I know, just because you play one festival doesn't mean you're all of a sudden kind of become this massive like thing and everything. But it is a stepping block and everything. So you start on there, stuff like that, and then just pretty much go from there. Really. So my life went on.
That's it. That's pretty much it.
Cool.
I was just like, "Whoa, that was more light."
Yeah, I knocked it out and I turned it back on full blast.
Well, so if people want to find you, obviously you shared the website, but if you want to find their Facebook, it's just
Facebook.com/Incursion Metal.
Mention QLC. I'm going to link them down below, as well as your band's website, so you can find their stuff. Buy their stuff.
Please buy the stuff. It helps a lot. We've got t-shirts. They glow in the dark.
And when gigs are up and running again, go see them. And get in that pit for the hobnobs, because
and if you win, we'll sign them.
Because it's fun. Because it's a lot of fun, and well, if you do see a tall man with a beard, that will be your mate's dad. But watch out for him. He loves his hobnobs.
A reigning Bristol champion, like.
No, he's the Bristol champion. I'm just like, I'm just a participant. But no, I love Mike. I just like how Steph was saying, "Oh yeah, you got permission to
pick up my dad."
Pick up my dad is like, okay.
Oh, bro.
That's why I love these guys, because they're just They're just funny and lovable, and oh my god, I just miss seeing everyone and giving everyone hugs and stuff. It's like, oh man. And on that note, thank you very much for coming on Jake's Metal Chat.
Not a problem, man.
And you're always welcome. I should have said that to the other guests that I've had, because I've had all of them. Literally, I've had all of them. They were the second one straight after my first one.
Nice.
I did 2 the same day when I did this back in May. So far, it's just been just one guest each. Except for Jackal's Backbone, there's only 2 of them.
Oh man, I really want to see Jackal's Backbone. I've heard so much and stuff.
Yeah.
I see a lot of them online and everything, and they have asked to come play Green Rooms, but obviously it was after we got flooded and stuff like. It was just like,
it's like bugger.
God.
I think I just ripped some hair out. Oh, only a little strand.
I was only strumming. You got more than me. And mine.
I'm ripping.
Mine's getting less and less by the month go on.
I'm just ripping my fringe out at this point. Because I look at my hair and I just think like little bits of hair that have been knotted together. I'm just like, oh, you bastard. Oh, I'm gonna have to cut that now. But anyway, again on that note, thank you for joining me. And
Not a problem.
People who decide to watch my content, you don't have to, but it means a lot. And enjoyed the silliness, and go buy some hobnobs. If you got hobnobs, make yourself a cup of tea. And play some Incursion if you own any, or just any metal that's just got that sense of humour to it, like Devin Townsend.
Yeah, always a good choice.
An Evil Scarecrow and bands like that.
Psycho Stick. There you go.
Psycho Stick.
I don't think any others.
Yeah, I'm just thinking like for gigs.
Cradlefield.
I could picture you with bands like Evil Scarecrow and Psycho Stick. And did you play with Psycho Stick?
Yeah, we played with Psycho Stick in the Globe in Cardiff, which is actually our worst reviewed show ever, because time it was still only me and Adam. There's 2-piece, and we had vocals in Caleb, and shit. I'm not gonna lie.
You got those shit performances, and then you got really good ones after that. And then, really good, and sometimes just really fucking awful. But hopefully when we see you again, there'll be more bloody carnage with biscuits.
Definitely.
Hobnobs specifically. If we see you with a packet of, I don't know, what's another good biscuit?
Custard creams.
Custard creams, and be like, these are the last known custard creams on this entire planet, and from our dimension. You must fight for them. It's like, I mean, you could have all sorts of biscuits, but I think hobnobs fit it better.
Yeah, just hobnobs, just kind of like they were just right, definitely.
Yeah, so. Yeah, hobnob wars. Can't really change it to custard cream wars now.
That's a completely different idea entirely.
Completely different idea. Figure something with custard creams, and they'll get back to us. Well, thank you, Jonny, for taking the time to chat to me. What this crazy idiot, and hope to see you again in person. He's been Jonny of Incursion. I've been Jake with Jake's Metal Chat, and we'll do this. And that is Jake's Metal Chat, episode 25, and there will be more craziness, and maybe a bit more like. And there he goes. Take care, guys.